Начинаем. Это Gear Rising Revengeance от HIDEO KOJIMA Economy. Не в повний. Тима продаж. Platinum Games. Павок. Fair. Gamezone. What? Погано було би на повний екран це. Что-то только одна менюха стоит. Обалдеть, какая крутая. Metal Gear Rising, Platinum Games, KOJIMA Production делали шедевр. В 2000, по-моему, 10-м, по-моему. 50-13 надо точно посмотрю. По-моему, 13-го года она.
3 years. We've come so far in just 3 short years.
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people. And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Your team deserves credit as well, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists, enablers of war. But you've trained our new army well. Order has returned sooner than expected. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
We prefer private security providers, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Yes, well, security can mean many things.
There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking a life, others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
A soldier and a philosopher. You are full of surprises, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
I could say the same about you, Mr. Prime Minister.
What is happening?
Someone's blocking the lead vehicle. Hold on.
Clear the road! This is official state business! I said clear the road! We're authorized to use force if you do!
Leopard 1, U-turn. Turning back.
Open fire!
Who was that?
A cyborg.
One of our competitors?
Courtney, what is happening?
We got hit, sir. A cyborg.
Whose?
XF comes up unaffiliated.
I'll notify all checkpoints. Get on money out of there.
Yes, sir.
We are going to die.
Stay calm.
You'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own supply. Raiden, the limo is in trouble. Get back there, ASAP. I'll add the limo to your solid down radar. Right, it's on the other side of that barricade. If you can't cut through the barricade, try the fence, huh?
Magna Sultan дорогу. Люди в черном.
So you're Jack.
What do you want with the Prime Minister?
I want him dead. Nothing personal, of course. Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful.
What?
Business ain't been the same since they shut down SOP. A clean break from the war economy. Huh. Well, some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
This is your answer? Don't do it!
Don't worry now. I won't. Not while he's still useful. So long.
Here? Here? Right. Take out that UMG and get after it. Catch that missile before it blows! Use your ninja run to deflect those shots. Use blade mode to damage its armor. They swapped out the hydraulic cutter for a plasma cannon. Use the ninja run to dodge that plasma. Very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
Это было эпично, круто.
He's on the other side of that collapsed building. Go!
Это, конечно, топово. По-моему, звук можно только в меню отключить. Ну, сделать тише тут я не могу никак. Потом продолжаем так по. Рейден. Главного героя Рейден. Мистер Мум.
There, get him. Use your ninja run to move over obstacles automatically. Do not let him out of your sight. You must catch him. Save your Jeep? It still works? Use blade mode to take down those heavy missiles.
Это было эпично.
He's headed for the front of the train. After him. Right. An unidentified field roader is headed your way. Keep an eye out for it.
Prime Minister!
Huh. Too little too late, hero. I won't be needing my little shield here any longer. What about all the good things war has done for us? Why don't we ever hear speeches about that? Jobs, technology, a common purpose?
Raiden, forget me. Stop him.
You ain't listening.
Mind if I got in?
All we're saying, give war a chance!
No! Don't be shy. Mightier than the pen after all. Fool! Admit you're a killer.
You bore me. Not good enough.
Self-taught. And not half bad. Still. Your technique lacks something. Now I see. You deny your weapon its purpose. It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back. No.
My sword is a tool of justice.
Are you all right? You're almost clear of the tunnel. Just hang on.
Goodbye! Oh, did you want to practice first? Gotta try harder than that. Oh, did you want to practice first? Gotta try harder than that. Oh, did you want to practice first? This is what happens when you bring a tool to a sword fight. It's over. Lucky devil.
Get you waiting, huh? Down you go! Flares!
Зандатсу. Конечно, KOJIMA и красавцы. Интересно все.
How is it, Ryder?
So far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic now. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiko?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units
from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Had the wall come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
3 mics out, closing. No activity at the airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrei Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Imani's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sane. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname. I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Зашквар, какая эпичная.
Raiden, you landed safely, да? First, head inland. The waypoint is marked on your Soliton radar. Contact us on codec if you have questions.
Плотина. Кодек. Можно, смотри, говорить с этим.
How we doing, Courtney?
You're looking good on our end. GPS and audio-visual feed coming in fine. Energy consumption? Check. Damage levels? Check. Blood pressure, brain waves, blood sugar? Check, check, check. All this monitoring equipment, I got a better view than if I was standing right next to you. Anyway, I'll be saving all your data automatically anytime something important happens in the field. But contact me anytime you want a manual save.
Copy that. Good to hear that hasn't changed with this new body.
Yep, the basic system's exactly the same. So, did you want to save?
У Кортни сохраняться.
And save complete. Simple, huh?
Copy. And glad to hear you're okay after Africa. That ambush was no joke.
Tell me about it. 3 armored vehicles should have been plenty for that job. And it would have been against any typical guerrilla force.
I keep asking myself, where would an anti-Imani faction get the cash to hire cyborgs?
It just doesn't add up. Maybe there's some intel I missed. A lead I should have followed up on. Maybe if I reacted faster, or coordinated better. I don't know.
You can't think that way, Courtney. Not in this business. You did everything you could. Put it behind you and move on.
You're right. Thanks.
Bastards are using stealth camo to ambush you. Nice try. But it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you, eh? To parry incoming hits, throw out your own barrage of light attacks while your foe is on the offensive. Parry at just the right moment to deflect an attack and expose your enemy to counterattack.
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden.
Even for you. Anyway, his school? Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
Raiden, this is Boris. Give me your status.
Looks clear. No one in sight.
Good. Let's recap the route you will take. As I said, the enemy's HQ is in the refinery along the coastline. Dolzaev has been spotted there using satellite photography. Also on site, Mistral, a Desperado captain.
So I go through the city, cross the bridge into the old town, then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down. Hostiles in the lower corridor, I see. Try to flank them, or approach from behind. Excellent, Raiden.
Да, по стелсу, блин, кто мог.
Looks like a war zone out here.
The palace cleared out quick when Dolzaev's men showed up. The streets got pretty hot after that. We're definitely gonna see a few civilian casualties here.
Luckily, it looks like most of them got out of the city before things got bad. They've basically got control of the entire town, and are using the refinery as their HQ.
And that's why we're hitting the plant.
Keep in mind, those cyborgs are contractors. For most of these guys, this is just a job. In theory, once you eliminate their commanding officer, they should scatter pretty quickly.
Raiden, take that main thoroughfare. You can use augment mode to see where the enemy is located. Your body analyzes radar and IR data to construct your AR display. Some civilians are still in the city. That is not good.
Enemy sighted!
Very good, Raiden. Now, keep heading for refinery.
А, там потому что клинок будет.
Wait, we're picking up a wireless transmission near your position. From the frequency, most likely an enemy data terminal. Check it out. We may be able to salvage some intel.
The stealth craft made it back to Sochi all right?
Da. Safe and sound. No repairs necessary. Some routine maintenance and she will be as good as new.
Good to hear. I'm guessing that thing doesn't come cheap.
Well, an old Soviet army friend gave me discount. He runs a PMC, specializing in airborne warfare.
An Air Force for hire? That's a new one.
Ever since SOP, Mercs started to fill more and more regular combat duties. SOP ended, but the trend did not. Most every modern military relies on PMC support in one way or another.
Good news for Maverick, I suppose. Anyway, that's quite the little jet your friend has. I was expecting a lot of turbulence coming in that low, but she was smooth as silk. Didn't feel like I was a bird exactly, but probably the next best thing.
The MQ-133C uses a brand new type of active adjustment control system. Sensors on the plane take readings 120 times a second, and to be honest, I don't know how it works. But the crew chief tells me this is what keeps her flying so steady. It is all state-of-the-art technology. There are only 3 of them in the entire world. Even the RQ-133 spy plane she is based on is only 2 years old. It is fitted specially for Cyborg, so maybe demand is a bit low now, but I think that will change soon, eh?
It's funny. Its guts are all bleeding edge, but from the outside, it looks almost retro.
Until recently, stealth aircraft design was focused on radar-absorbing materials and improving aerodynamics. But lately, engineers are trying to use the shape of the craft to do more than improve gas mileage. Maneuverability is a low priority. This kind of plane is not meant for dogfighting, after all.
And we can afford all this? I hate to ask, but will we clear a profit on this op?
You need not worry about such things. But yes, we should be fine. Where the proper equipment can make or break a mission, we should have the best. That miss with the anti-air missile last month was a painful reminder of this lesson.
Ah, yeah. I see what you mean.
Эйвен порт не сохраняется. Еще остался доктор. Доктором все поговорим. Мы должны волка встретить.
Greetings,
О, вот он,
cyborg.
вот он, вот он.
Show yourself. And you are?
I am IF prototype LQ84I.
IF prototype.
Interface prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate! You will die. You will die. Combination attack. You will die. You will die. What do you fight for? Your intellect is far below human standard. Impressive human. Alone would be foolish. Help me. Directive. Must obey directive. No freedom. Freedom on device.
What would an AI know about freedom?
Pretty stupid to try and hide here. Looks to me like Russian spies.
Hey, we are just...
Position? Wasted. We'll fill out the paperwork later.
No, please. I will do anything.
That's where they're
Пара
holding
дорог.
up.
Some kind of electronic lock on the gate.
Most likely it opens only if you have the right ID data stored in your left hand. Perhaps you could find a cyborg with access and borrow it?
You see any cyborgs around here, Doc?
Why not double back? Check the vehicle route again. You know, back at the entrance to the old city. Who knows? Maybe you can hitch a ride. Most likely, platoon commanders carry correct ID data for the gate. Use enhanced mode to figure out who to hit.
Hurry and get that handwriting! Hurry and get that handwriting!
А вот.
Right. You missed them all? Ah, well, you just have to fight your way through.
Просто прорубить. Выбить дверь.
I should have guessed you would choose this route.
Не, это обычный. Мастера да нету. Metal Gear Rising. Я его не проходил, прикинь. Вот. Руки не доходили до него. Но он очень крутой. Прикинь, 2000... Какого он года? 2013 года, да? Блин, какой он крутой. Очень классно. Я прям балдею от этой игры. Все игры, которые... Ну это HIDEO KOJIMA делал. KOJIMA Production. Platinum Games. Platinum Games. удивление, Platinum Games. Ну, Platinum Games крутые. По-моему, еще вот Байонету я не играл. Вот Байонета тоже. Байонета есть. Вот Байонета...
To get to the plant, first make your way to the hotel roof.
Тоже Platinum. Может, есть смысл Байонету попробовать тоже. Devil May Cry. По сути. Так. Очень крутые вот эти вот вставки, боевка, ролики. Видео эти. О, скоро босс тут будет на заводе. Вроде бы. Вот босс, вот босс. Вот босс, короче. Тёлочка вот она. Это какой-то чувак, блин, в шапке-ушанке ходит. Да, я помню, что я эту...
Raiden, what's happening? Your heart rate spiked.
Это тёлочка босс, короче.
Yeah, I just dodged a bullet.
Где робот? Где робот,
All right.
там, блин,
I'm heading for the refinery.
очень эпическая битва. Походу, вся игра эпическая. Да, Байонета я знаю. Ой, блин.
Enemy sighted!
Рейден крутой, да? Залезть. Это чёртово колесо, блин. Ну, Наруто это же аниме. Наруто, Блич. One Piece. Там много есть аниме. Не только Наруто. И Сикорский привет. Дима. Смотри, это как сталкер. Кто там Дима, на работе или дома? Базучка. Базука очень крутая. Я хочу пса этого, волка этого. Я не знаю, как этот Metal Gear упустил. Он очень крутой. Я его много раз начинал и вот того босса убивал телочку и все. Хотелось бы, конечно, пройти. Будем, надеюсь, в этом году пройти его. Надеюсь. Оба,
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
Оба. А когда этот волк ко мне присоединится? Вольт. Что за сигнал?
I'm above you.
Смотри на него. Сикорский бычок путик. Да, Бэтмен будет. Конечно. Че, как мне это юзануть? Все, понял. Underground. Да, Need for Speed Underground, там очень атмосферный. Гонки классные. Очень классные.
Right. The cliff is just ahead at the end of the old city. Beyond that is the refinery's backyard.
So what? It's a sheer drop? The refinery's not connected to the city at all?
No, it was only built 2 years ago. There should be a narrow path around there that leads to the plant. It is protected by a fence, but probably you can cut your way through.
Probably.
Don't get cocky. Most likely it is Desperado running security down there.
Лицензионный диск. Need for Speed Underground. Прикинь. Круто. Коллекционное издание, наверное.
Watch out! They keep on coming!
Знаешь, когда я последний раз играл Metal Gear Rising? В 2017 году. 5 лет назад. Когда только начинал стримить. У меня есть... Кому интересно, нажимайте видео, самые старые. И у меня Metal Gear Rising это один из первых стримов, которые я стримил. Там Танки X, Assassin's Creed Rock, Изгой, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, там где с копами. Да-да-да, Димон. Да-да-да. И вот, спустя 5 лет я опять решил начать и попробовать пройти замечательный Metal Gear. И то же самое касается Castlevania. Потому я очень хочу пройти Castlevania и очень хочу пройти Metal Gear. Ну и много чего еще. По той же причине. Пара, спасибо, что заходил. Metal Gear очень крутой.
Solsave and his team must be in here. Find him.
Очень классно. Ну не знаю, мне нравится. Мне нравится все, что делает Konami, Capcom, ProA. Ну, короче, японские игры. Вот так вот. Закрой глаза, ткни пальцем, каждая игра японская будет крутая.
Raiden, wait. There are active IR sensors in the area. Part of factory security, no doubt, but the enemy may be using it.
Как это пройти? Boris.
Raiden, shall we review the capabilities of your new body?
Copy that. Go ahead, Doc.
As we discussed, you've been outfitted with 2 revolutionary new abilities.
Fuel electrolyte absorption and self-repair from C's nanopaste.
Precisely. First, electrolyte absorption. This is simplicity itself. As your HF blade is linked directly to your fuel cells, simply cut into any source of electrolytes. Say, a hostile cyborg made up of CNT muscle fiber. And your fuel cells will recharge on their own. Rather elegant, wouldn't you say?
I would indeed. It's been great so far.
But the repair process is a bit more involved. A bit more messy, you might say. Most military cyborg models store a cache of biotic self-repair nanopaste in their lower abdomen.
So I need to slice them open and use Zandatsu to extract it. Cut and take, in other words.
Correct. Once extracted, you need only to crush this unit in your hand to absorb the repairing agent inside. Keep in mind, it is extremely delicate. If the unit should hit the ground, some paste will surely leak out. It will still repair your body, but less so than if you can retrieve it directly before your foe falls over.
Basically, harvest their organs before their body can even hit the ground.
Rather gruesome, I realize. But then you Americans enjoy a bit of gore, don't you?
I may be a citizen, but I've never really thought of myself as American.
Oh? Well, yes, I suppose I could understand that given your history. But what then? Surely you don't identify as a Liberian.
I don't identify with anyone. No nation. No ethnic group. I'm my own man. Anyway, I seem to recall those gory torture porn movies were pretty popular in Germany, too.
Indeed, indeed. These splatter films are big in Germany, Russia, Japan, everywhere. Well, everywhere except regions afflicted by actual warfare. It all has to do with taming our fears, you know?
Huh?
The desire to feel fear, to taste death, but from a safe distance. These films allow the viewer to delude themselves into thinking they have overcome their fears. This...
Okay, Doc, I got the gist. Let's save the full psych lecture for some other time, though, huh?
Там еще тут должен появиться этот волк. Ой, собака. Как это пройти?
Right. Your infrared camera is integrated with enhanced mode.
Бэтмен, брутальный костюм классный. У Бэтмена все костюмы классные. Deathstroke очень сильный был. Deathstroke. Дерстроука еле убил на Бэтмене. Там второй стрим я запускал ночью, а то я не мог уснуть. Думаю, ну как я его забью, блин. Жесть. И забил. Вот тяжелый был Дерстроук. Так, по-моему, сейчас будет босс. Босс.
I was wondering when you'd come, Jack the Ripper.
No one calls me that anymore. Dolsaev, where is he?
I can show you a better time than that crusty old bear.
You're in charge here?
I am Mistral, the cold wind of France. And your reputation precedes you. Liberian, but white as snow. A natural-born killer, even as a child.
That was a long time ago.
I was born in Algeria myself, you know? I'm only half French.
And?
We had our own civil war in the 90s. So you see? Cut from the same cloth, you and I.
You don't know me.
I lost my whole family. Everything. But I butchered those fuckers. My family's killers. That's when I realized I am a killer too. And a good one at that. I slaughtered dozens in Iraq, in Afghanistan. I'd found my calling.
Proud of that, are you?
What happened, happened. To be honest, I found it quite dull. My enemies fell like domino, one after another. Not once did I feel threatened. I was adrift, without challenge, without purpose. At times, I even envied my prey. At least they had a cause to die for. And then, I met him.
Who?
And I knew what I had been missing. His ideals gave my life meaning. Ideals, Jack. What are yours?
I protect the weak.
Still? So naive.
And if I must kill to protect them, then so be it.
It seems we have less in common than I thought.
I'll take that as a compliment.
If you would kill for your ideals, then surely you are ready to die for them.
Кобыла такая. Кобыла.
disappoint you.
Ready to slice off some more?
Эпично, да? Только ноги остались.
Mister, report! Your vitals are dropping.
I lost. So this is how they felt.
What?
Dying. For a cause.
Wait. No. Hold on.
I am sorry. He was too much.
I do not need apology. I need you alive.
But I know you will never fall.
What is this talk about?
Je t'aime. De tout mon corps.
Je t'aime. Mister, you never...
She's not talking to you, idiot.
You killed her!
You're твою мать! Murderer!
That's rich coming from you. It's overdose, I am. Surrender.
Ты тупой сукин сын.
Translation?
Why would I surrender? We are exactly where I want.
Shit.
Built with Russian money to make Russian money. It is no plan for Abkhaz. It is their prison. But now, they will be free!
Damn! Crazy son of a bitch!
Raiden? Raiden, what happened?
Bastard blew himself up!
I see. Time to get you out of there. We're sending a helicopter. Secure an LZ.
Understood.
Это было круто. Так, ну, босса первого такого серьезного победили. И тут закругляться. Копье незнакомец разблокировано. Продолжим Metal Gear на днях. Кастомизировать тело. Дело. Это 200 тысяч стоит. Фоксхаунд, Фрэнк Ягер. Душа Грей Фокса. Йой. Дело. Можно улучшить. А такой был, кстати, в этом. Ух ты! Грей Фокс. 20 тысяч стоит. Белая. Красная, смотри. Зеленая. Командос. Вот это классная. Белая броня. Мне эта броня нравится. Улучшить можно что-то. Сила +1, поглощение. Энергетическое улучшение. Уникальное оружие. Это копье незнакомое. Топливный элемент. Мне ровно хватило. Опа, только на умение не надземное парирование. Щитное нападение. До небес. Течь. Ровно потратил все. Так.
So you got some kind of disguise Skies lined up, right?
Yep, all set.
Hope so. You'd be a little conspicuous just walking the streets.
Relax, Kev. I'll blend right in.
Мексиканский?
Yeah. Well, just get into the sewer system ASAP.
Взрать.
Hopefully anyone who notices you will just mind their own business. You sure you want the K9000 there along for this one?
К9000 на
I
задание.
had the good doctor make some adjustments along with the repairs. Remote piloting and AI wiping have been disabled. So yeah, I say let's throw him a bone.
Wordplay. My exoskeleton resembles a canine. Canines enjoy bones. Amusing on 2 levels.
Let's go.
Теперь у меня есть крутой компаньон. Собака. Офигеть. Я думаю, сейчас мы будем уже заканчивать, но завтра обязательно продолжим этот мир. Вообще без палева.
¿Quién es ese güey? Un mariachi.
Mariachi.
¿Un cyborg? Ese sombrero. ¿Qué?
Adiós. Adiós.
¿Viste? Qué raro, ¿eh? Hay que hacer que no lo vimos. Vámonos ya.
It's right. I'm in the sewer system.
All right, let's get started. Your mission's to investigate the Desperado-affiliated research center somewhere in that area. According to the intel from our client, the lab's been dumping illegal waste into those sewers. FYI, they're also involved with the cartels in human trafficking. Allegedly, anyway.
This just gets better and better.
Tell me about it. We need you to infiltrate the lab and find out everything you can. Of course, you'll have to find it first. We still don't know the exact location.
So I'm looking for anywhere the lab might hook up with the sewers?
Yep. If they're actually dumping waste, they've got to link up somehow. Find that connection, sneak into the lab, and see if you can find evidence implicating them on anything.
No problem. Stealth's my specialty.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Do we have any idea what kind of research they're doing there?
Not really. Maybe something related to all the people they're trafficking.
Like experimentation?
It's possible. First things first, though. Find a way into that lab. Oh, right. It says here the locals say black crocodiles live in those sewers, so, you know, watch out.
Black crocodiles? Could they be talking about UGs?
Maybe just an urban legend. But still, be careful.
I will scout ahead. You will provide backup.
Sir, yes, sir.
Commence operation.
Все, мой этот товарищ волк, пес побежал вперед.
Right. Unidentified UGs are patrolling the sewers. Exercise caution.
Неизвестный ППО патрулирует канализацию. Круто, да? Вульф на моей стороне. Вот такие вот пироги. Орис. Кортни, вот это вот сохраниться можно.
Right. Ambulatory unmanned gears detected in sewer network.
What? Desperados already spotted us?
Negative. These UGs are not engaged in proper perimeter security. Even were the lab anticipating our assault, they would not set up patrols down here. It is too far from the lab to be effectively guarded.
So what are they doing down here?
Judging by their behavior, I believe they are gathering AI behavioral learning data.
Meaning?
With Neuro AI, there is no delineation between hardware and software. You cannot simply extract the learning data from one AI and insert it into another. In order to prepare a UG's AI for deployment, each must learn its duties on an individual basis.
So they're using a Mexican sewer as their training ground?
No, it would be impractical to implement on-the-field training for every AI in their force. In most cases, AIs are fed simulated data sets, plus feedback based on their chosen actions. Put another way, they engage in VR training.
So then why are they here?
I believe they are collecting data to improve upon their VR training code. To build a better VR regimen, they must go out in the field to experiment and gather data. It is probable they are using the sewers to help improve their AI's behavior in enclosed spaces.
That's the sort of subcontracting work this lab does?
It appears likely.
Oh, great. And here I was hoping the worst we'd have to deal with is toxic waste.
Unfortunately, not.
Can't believe Dolzaev blew himself up.
Pretty common terror tactic. You don't usually see the leaders doing it, though. It's one thing to get your flock pumped up on the glory of dying for the cause, but it's not often they actually go through with it themselves.
You gotta have a public face, after all. The guy who gets to claim responsibility on the evening news.
In a weird way, Dolzaev showed some serious dedication. Not that I'm about to praise him for it.
Yeah, still a terrorist. A suicide bomber in the end.
If that's what you want to call him. Still, he kind of failed at it.
How so?
Well, all that explosion did was put a dent in Abkhazia's budget. More Russia's, really. They're the ones rebuilding the refinery. The coup didn't work out. He couldn't overthrow the government. He was barely a blip on Russia's radar.
So, you're saying the bombing didn't accomplish any of his goals? He did it just because he was cornered? Sounds more like just plain suicide.
Yeah. Probably wanted to end things with his own hands. Like a samurai committing harakiri.
Still not something to be commended for, though.
Yeah. Lumping him in with true warriors like the samurai just gives them a bad name.
Вот такой вот разговор. Тут, если присмотреться и внимательно читать субтитры, вот эти вот, они тут серьезные темы поднимают. Так, ну что, давайте. Хочу. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance от KOJIMA Productions and Platinum Games. Konami. Всем до встречи 2013-го. Konami Digital Entertainment Development by разработка Platinum Games Incorporated. Всем до встречи. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Очень крутая, интересная история. Всем до встречи. Напомнил я вам о существовании такой замечательной игры HIDEO KOJIMA. Всем до встречи.